And welcome to the Plastic Crack Show. I'm your host Lee, and this is the DC Superhero Girl 6-inch Poison Ivy figure by Mattel and DC Comics. Recommended age of 6+. So of course it's a carded figure on a cardboard back with bubble. Of course we have a nice posed Poison Ivy figure in the front window. Of course it gives us a nice representation of the figure. As we come around to the side, of course there is just more visual of the figure. On the back, of course, have a nice little cartoony graphic of Poison Ivy, as well as, of course, a little bit about the superhero high that they attend, a bit of a bio on Poison Ivy, and then all the other figures in the range, which we are reviewing, and you will be able to find those videos in the sidebar. Because as we come to this side, there is just more window with a little DC Superhero Girls logo in the back. On the bottom, of course, it is just your standard Mattel licensing, so it's 2015, it conforms to all the safety, yada yada yada, boring, boring, boring. So that is, of course, Poison Ivy on the card, but we didn't come to look at Poison Ivy on the card, we came to look at her off the card, so without further ado, we will get Poison Ivy off the card. And we're back with Poison Ivy in the 6-inch PVC figure. So we'll bring her a bit closer because it's a bit hard to see at this distance, but she's got some very nice details. So we'll just bring her up and see if we can get a bit of a focus on the face. This is a very nice facial detail. You see on this side of the head she's got that vine happening through her hair. And of course very nice hair on the back of her head. And as we come down, of course, there's this rubbery dress. A bit further out from the camera, rubbery dress. Got these nice little viney, sort of, almost an embossed sort of print on her legs. Then obviously her shoes. As we come back around to the front, of course, we've got her wearing a blouse. We've got this nice viney belt buckle or belt happening. This here is a removable piece of vine that's on her arm. And of course then she's got a green hot pants and more of the viney motif to the front. Articulation, of course there is articulation everywhere, so we have head articulation. The head feels like it's on a return, so it seems to automatically want to self-center. The arms aren't too bad for articulation, so they can go pretty much all the way around, all the way out. That's about the height they'll go to. Elbows are quite nice for articulation as well. They'll go quite a distance, and they've got a up-down articulation in them as well. And the wrist has just got rotational articulation. There is no waist articulation in these figures. Poison Ivy, again, like she's got, the dress creates limitation in how far she can go forward with her leg. So it's not quite 90 degrees, but the knees will allow for almost a full 90-degree turn. And there is, of course, articulation in the feet. Because the material they're made out of, the top material, so the plastic at the top seems quite rigid, where in the legs there seems to be quite a lot of movement. So it does make it a little bit difficult to pose and stand, but not entirely impossible. And of course this is part of a 2 range that DC is doing, so they're of course doing a 6-inch and a 12-inch range, and we just happen to have a 12-inch Poison Ivy here. So we can draw comparisons between them. Yay! Even though it's going to be a bit harder to see, but we'll try our best. I might have to lose a bit of lighting just to try and fix it up a little bit. Comparison between them, they're actually very close together on looks. The only real difference is the 12-inch, the dress that she's wearing is probably a little bit shorter, and it is a little bit more see-through, and obviously the vines on the legs on the 12-inch are actually an accessory vine, so they can be removed, same as the belt. But other than that, they're pretty much the same figure. So kudos to, of course, DC and Mattel. So that was, of course, the 6-inch Poison Ivy figure from DC Superhero Girls. This was the Plastic Crack Show. My name was Lee. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to rate, subscribe and leave a message.